Good morning and welcome to Good News here in Covington County and now even Crenshaw County.
Yes.
And boy, I'll tell you, right across the county line, there is a place of gold. And folks, there's not many places around here with home cooked food. Right. And what I mean is home style cooking. You know, you got some restaurants and stuff, and you got fast food and all, but home style cooking. I'm talking about the good old fried chicken, fried green tomatoes, and rice pudding, and peach cobbler, and I'm staying on the sweet sides. But anyhow, I want to welcome Patricia Grace from Amazing Grace Cafe in Dozier, right up there on Highway 29, right before you get to the caution light. Thank you for coming on, Miss Pat.
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me to come.
God allowed you to come. We had nothing to do with it. But, you know, Sunday we came by and ate. We had two wonderful blessings Sunday.
Okay.
We went to a beautiful church over there in Dozier. It's called Dozier Free Will Baptist Church. Over there, I can't remember, you turn left at the caution light and you go down. Pastor Philip McCullough is a pastor there. Some great loving people in the church, and just, you know, a lot of love going on over there.
I think so.
And then after church services, me and Teresa said, well, guess where we're going to go stop and eat at? And we stopped over at your place at Amazing Grace, and we had a wonderful meal.
Thank you.
I've been there so many times eating. I just can't get over how fresh every meal is. You prepare it every day fresh. There's no, hey, let's grab yesterday's and throw it out there, because there ain't none from yesterday, because it's all gone.
Most of the time.
So anyway, I'm bragging about y'all. Let's you talk a little bit. Give us a little bit of background about Patricia. Where are you from, Patricia? Are you from the area?
I am from Seawright, which is a community. It's all part of Dozier, and it's all Crenshaw County. Born there, really born there, born in the house.
Wow, you one of them house babies.
Yeah, I'm a house baby.
People, youngins today don't know what that is.
No hospital for me.
Yep.
And I don't think very many people can say that they are born in the same house that their grandmother was born in.
Wow. That's a lot of history.
It is. My grandmother lived to be 101.
Bless her heart.
She did. And I don't think I have any of those genes, but however.
I hope you do, because I like your cooking. We'll keep you at the grill.
That's where I learned a lot of cooking from, is that old lady.
Wow.
I'm telling you. She said she wasn't very much of a cook, but I think she was wrong too. She was very good at I learned a lot of things from her, her style. Yeah.
Well, her style is awesome.
Yeah, I think so.
You say the same words up there, you know, about you're not being the greatest cook in the world and all that. But she is, folks. I'm telling you, if you have not been up there, she has, what is that, the pot roast that you have?
Yeah.
Ha, 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 ha. Oh, do you have that every week?
No, I don't. We have just, you know, I wished I was a person who could lock into just the same thing, but I just can't march to that drum. I just cannot. I have to have a variety. It brings out the best in me to change things. You know, I just can't do that.
So you don't have a chalkboard up there with Monday,
no,
Tuesday, Wednesday,
I wish
Thursday,
that
Friday?
probably would work better. There are certain days that are certain things, such as Thursdays locked into beef liver, cube steak. There's fried and baked chicken daily, but those two, and people count on that day too, and I guess they don't get beef liver nowhere else, and they come from all around.
My mama used to cook beef livers and onions, and man, I'll tell you what, now that'll flip you upside down in a heartbeat. And people sitting there, beef liver.
I know.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, you know, also I like liverwish.
Yeah.
And that's
good.
Beef liver.
It is.
And
it's either you love it or you hate it. There's no point in between with the beef liver.
And liverwish, I put it on bread with mayonnaise. And I'm in heaven.
I like it with crackers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. But there are the people who will say, "Oh, I hate that stuff. It's yucky," you know. And then those just go, oh, you know that. So that's why I said there's no point in between. Either you love it or you hate it, one of the two.
That's true. And if you haven't tried it, try it.
And people tell us that we do a great job of making it very tender and very tasty.
I had it that one time and it melted in my mouth.
And then we have cube steak too, for the people who don't appreciate beef liver.
I haven't had that because beef liver was there.
Well, they love the cube steak. It's very tender as well. You know, we're proud of it. Proud of it too.
Well, you got a lot of cooking secrets going on over there. We're not going to get into those yet because I still want to dig in a little bit and find out about Miss Pat here. So you're born in the same house that your grandmother was.
I am.
She lived to be 101.
Right.
And it's in the Dozier area. Mm-hmm. What school did you go to?
Back in the day, we went to the little school there in Ghent. County Line, I think was
County Line.
Yeah, I think it was. And then we later went to Andalusia schools. The bus bused us into Andalusia schools, but that's where I started at. But also, I started kindergarten in Ohio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that's a whole different story there.
Yeah, my mom lived in Ohio, and so I spent a year with her. But most of my time is spent with my grandmother, and then later years, she moved to California, so I moved to California with her, and so I spent about 5 years in California. And she passed away, and then I was about 15, and I came back to Alabama with my grandmother, and this is where where I'm from and what I'm all about.
Well, and then somewhere along the way, you met this guy by the name of Charles.
I did. Charles has been a fine man from the day I've met him. He's a really great guy, you know. We have our moments where I'm ready to draw the line in the sand with him, but
not you. He loves you. He looks after you. He worries about you.
He does.
I remember you were having a bout with blood pressure one day when we were there, and he chased you home.
Yeah, you can't let him know you feel bad. He's not gonna have that.
And then he was sick too on top of that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we have our days and our moments, but he's a very attentive type person.
Very.
He takes care of he's a very detailed person.
I was just going to say that cafe up there he manages, and
Yeah.
I mean he knows where everything's at. Everything has a place.
That's his baby. He has to keep the bottle in his mouth all the time. I'm telling you,
He's a good man.
he is.
Now, do you have any family, children, or?
We do. We have 3 children. 2 of them live in Jacksonville, Florida. It's where they bought their homes. And the youngest girl lives in Nebraska, Omaha.
Wow, that's a ways.
I know. Her husband's family migrated there, and they kind of followed along. And I've been out there a few.
Country.
Yeah. I went out there a few times, and I like it. It's a very pleasant place.
It is.
It's just a big town in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah.
Speaking of corn, I don't know why anybody else grows corn.
Well, that one place can take care of the world's needs, of corn.
So, you know, we have fields, but they got miles of fields. Oh my God, I've never seen so much land in all my days.
Well, it's like Florida. When I was growing up, they used to have orange groves.
Yeah.
And I mean, no matter where you look, there's an orange grove.
Tree, right.
And, you know, it then went on for miles and over the hills, what hills we had. And you could just see it for miles and miles and miles. Now, you can't find an orange grove in Central Florida. And, but anyway, going back to you and focus on that. Grandbabies?
I do. I have 12.
What? Get out of here.
I do.
Oh, my goodness. A dozen grandbabies.
Oh yeah, I've had them all at one time with me in the summer.
Bless your heart.
Now you know why my hair is white, right?
I thought that was from Charles.
Now that too.
How long you been married to Charles?
45 years.
45 years.
45 years.
Folks, Charles, if you're watching, you could have killed 2 people and spent less time in the penitentiary.
I think sometime he might have wanted to do that.
I'm not promoting murder. But nowadays they get out, in 18 to 20 years, And I'm just saying, Charles, if we'd only known, right? No, he's a great guy. Now, there's something, we're going to take a little commercial break here in a few minutes, but I have begged you time and again, and I'm publicly going to beg you once again for a recipe called cornbread.
There are some things we can do and some we can't.
Folks, she has real fried cornbread.
Golden bread, golden
Oh,
bread.
She knows I've got diabetes. She knows I'm overweight. She knows I'm not one of the healthiest people in the world, but when I come in there early in the mornings, she makes sure my plate gets stacked with cornbread, and I can't say no.
Give a man what he wants.
I'm going to sit there and enjoy, but it is great. It's the best cornbread I've ever tasted.
Oh, people come and buy just the bread alone. They do. I think just Sunday, so a girl ran in and says, "My dad is cooking and he's got to have some cornbread."
It's pretty bad when you're cooking your own food. You got to go out and get the cornbread for it. But I'm telling you, it's got the right taste to it. It's got the right texture to it. It's not what I want to call it, pebble-like. When you bite it and chew into cornbread, it's got clumps all in it. Doesn't have that. It's a very moist and tasty cornbread with a crisp outer side. Yeah, so, and that's, again, at Amazing Grace there in
that's just representing the South. In the South, we'll fry anything.
And that's true.
It's
true when you think about it. Look out now. I never heard of fried turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love fried turkey.
Man, I'll tell you, it's great stuff.
It is.
But talk a little about the store right now where you're located at and how long you've been there.
We're on Highway 29 North in the town of Dozier. Can't miss us. We're in a big blue building. It's just a mom and pop place. This was an old service station convenience store. And it's been through lots of hands, and finally it's landed in ours, and we kind of upgraded it to a nice little kitchen. And it's probably doesn't hold over 50 or 60 people at one time comfortably. And we do everything that we can here and there to improve the looks. It's just got a fresh paint job. They tell me that it's so blue that you can see it a mile away.
You can.
And other little minor things that we can do to improve it is we've done the floors, just things to make it look a little bit better.
Well, I'll tell you, they call me the food connoisseur around here. Now, when I talk about the food,
imagine that.
Leave me alone. Golly, I'm proud of all that.
Worked hard for it, didn't you?
Hey, it took me 59 years to get there. But folks, I'm real big on the taste of the food and quality of the food. It's just not because you advertise with us. Mm-hmm. It's because it's the honest truth. And they've got the best tasting food there. The cleanliness of the place is really fantastic.
That's where Charles comes in.
He's all the time with a rag or a sponge in his hand going around, and a mop and a broom. And
he has a lot of pride.
He sure does.
He has a lot of pride.
And the cleanest bathroom I've been in some of these restaurants. I hate to talk about bathrooms, but
that would be Charles. He's not going to have it no other way.
I mean, you don't walk in some of these fast food places you walk in, or some of the restaurants that are exposed to the public all day long. You walk in and there's papers all over the floor. There's wet floors from different reasons, and
that's Charles' attentive, checking things and making sure they are what they are, and he's, the place cannot run without Charles.
He says the same about you. So.
He's the handyman to all. He wears many hats. He really does. He's the plumber, the carpenter. He just has lots of things to do in the place. And he's just not going to come any shorter than having them the way they should be. you know.
Well, you talk like that, and I look over at Teresa, and I sit there and I go, I can't do it without her.
Right. We are partners. We are
Yeah.
partners.
It's this kind of a business relationship with your family, your husband, your wife. Some people can't do it. I
Yeah.
mean,
Well, it's not a piece of cake all the time. I didn't say that, but we do know the importance of how good that we must work together for the bigger picture, and that's to run the business, and to make things run as well as that we know how to. We're not savvy on a lot of things, and we're not marketers, but so we take what little knowledge we have and do what we can do with it, and so forth. For these 5.5 years, going on 6 years, we're hanging in here. We keep the lights on, if any.
you know what that is.
And so, but we enjoy what we do. It's not all about the business, not all about money, definitely not about money.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling too.
It gives you a place to go, something to do, people to see, to communicate, to find out what's going on in the town or around and about with people. It's far more to it than just the restaurant. It is a place for gathering of some of the townspeople. We got a table we call a liar's table.
I've heard of those.
Bunch of elderly men in the morning time drinking their coffee and solving the problems of the world.
We got one of those here at one of the local fast food restaurants.
And so that's what Dozier has to offer for our men in the morning time. And it's just a little greeting place, I think. People run into each other that they haven't seen in a while, and that's always a joy for me to see them, connect like that. And it's like I say, it's just more than just the food, and I appreciate the gratitude that people show that they appreciate our style of food. It is the true Southern cuisine. We get as many fresh vegetables as we possibly can, whatever's in season.
You had some green beans there a few weeks or about a month or so back that were, and you butter cook them, right?
Did we have almonds in them?
Yes.
That was almond, green bean almondine that day, It's not my husband's favorite, but he likes just plain green beans. But every now and then we change things
It
up.
was excellent.
I like I say, variety, but I've learned from my customers that, like on my Sunday bar, there are certain things you can't touch. I can change things out. You must not, and you must never mess with the sweet potatoes.
Oh, Teresa had those the other day, didn't you? Yeah, I was thinking about grabbing some of those, and no, I tried. I really did, folks. I went in, I got myself some, a little bit of mashed potatoes. Okay, that's what I wanted, but no, she puts on a serving, what she calls her serving. And let's see, I had a little bit of gravy put on it, and let's see, I had what vegetable?
You've done good. You ate rather light. You ate rather light.
And I'm doing that a lot, trying to.
I mean, you're looking good. You're looking good.
I don't know. Sometimes I look at that camera shot. I look out there and I go, "Oh my goodness, look at that belly."
Well, I just know when this is over. When I look at this, oh my God!
You look fine. See, we got this hiding there.
Hiding me, okay. Can you slide it over a little further?
But that's the reason for that there, and so not for that. But
I like the
boy,
idea.
am I getting in trouble
I
already.
like the idea.
Well, it's there for our lady guest, and they can be a little bit more comfortable if they want to be. But anyhow, let's get away from the set.
We understand.
But it's here, folks. It's Eddie. It's live. It's you ain't gonna get it any other way. But we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. I want to talk about your catering that you have. And folks, I have talked to several people that she's catered for. And she's catered for small as a dozen all the way up to,
700.
what's that?
700.
700. 700 people. How'd you feed 700 people out of that little place?
I got really big pots.
Lord have mercy. That's bigger than the jail. And I know, golly, we're going to have to find out about this. You got little leprechauns going around back there, don't you? You and Charles.
It is my crew. I cannot, they're the wind beneath my wings.
700 people. You fed them.
Easily.
Boy.
Sometimes a bigger crowd is easier.
So you were back on the mountain with Jesus. you
like that some days.
I didn't mean it. Oh, geez, am I in trouble? God, I didn't mean it that way. I mean, because he's prepared. Folks, I'm in trouble. I'm going to really be, Charles, if you're watching, you can get up off the floor.
I think they understand.
Well, I'm not even trying to explain it, but, the loaves of bread and the fish and,
As a few of us read the Bible, we know the story.
Yeah, well, some people may not have read it and sit there and go, what are you saying to that woman?
Well, there are days, that I am, seem like running a little short. But somehow the Lord just lets me stretch it on out to feed as many people as I can.
I wanted to take a break, but let's talk about God for a second. You all are great Christian folks.
We are believers for sure.
And you and your husband attend church regularly, and you profess, God or Jesus as your Lord and Savior.
Yes.
You have people coming in there talking all the time, and I've seen Charles witnessing, there many times when I've come in.
There are days when people bring you their issues, and surely we have not got shrink written over the door, but you think that we are when we have to listen to quite a few problems, and Charles and I will arm them up and pray with them and love on them and get you through the moment, whatever you're dealing with, and we get that quite a bit, and it's nothing we actually can do but be a sounding board and listen, but sometimes that's all a person needs is for you to do is listen. Sometimes they've lost someone or something is just drastically wrong in their life, and and my ministry is I talk to young women, and sometime about their love life and men, and but
you got some beautiful nieces and
they are, and my granddaughter.
Oh yeah, that one granddaughter, she is so nice.
Yeah,
what's her name?
Rena.
She is just a sweetheart.
Yeah, and the other one
she took a lot after Charles.
Yeah.
And,
okay. Well, I got a niece that takes after her auntie. Her name is Kiana.
Yeah, I met Kiana too.
And the other one is Keandra.
Yep.
Who works out to Hibbett's Sporting Goods.
Oh.
And we got a lot. We've been blessed to have a lot of great helpers. These kids just can take this place on by themselves almost. They may not be cooks, but all the other things you can just turn it over to them. They know how we want it done and know that we're not going to have anything less than what we want done. And they took that and they go with it. And they know how Charles is, it's going to be right or else, He's going to check the next day to see if there's any crumbs underneath the table, see if you swept it well. They know him. But anyway, they've learned well, and they just kind of took it and went. We didn't have to pound it in them. They wanted it, and we gave it to them, and they go with it. I can walk out of there and know that everything is going to be well done when I leave or when I come back. So I'm proud of that.
Well, I'm going to be using you in the near future to do some catering stuff for us that we're going to be doing. We're going to have a couple events out here on the square, and we're going to get you involved in that. But folks, we got to take a quick commercial break if we haven't gone into 30 minutes already, but 24, let's just go ahead and finish it all the way through. And because we only got 4 more minutes anyway, so tell me a little bit about your catering.
Well, I would say I have like 3 styles of catering. Of course, the regular style of catering is where we go out, set it up, and in the chafing dishes and the sternos, and for a particular event that you want to be upscale. And so we'll take out the shiny stuff, as they say, and serve an elegant meal that way, or just a regular meal. It doesn't have to be elegant always, but when we do that, it's usually a wedding, or some type of banquet. Okay, that's one form. That's where we charge you by the head. We have drop-off pickup catering, is where you tell us what it is that you want, how many people you're serving, and you buy it by the pan. You know, we'll tell you how many pans you need for that particular amount of people. And then you can, you decide what vegetable, what meat, what bread, what dessert you want. You know, like sometimes there's church functions or whatever you're having, and you just need a fill-in. So we just want a pan of this or 2 pans of this.
Them ribs.
That too.
I wish a pan of ribs.
So we do vegetables and, like I said, breads and meats and whatever it is that you want, and then we tell you how much you need, and you're buying it by the pan. So that makes it less work and easier on everybody because it's going to be less money for you, and it's going to be less work for us. And so we like that, you know, drop it off, or either you come pick it up or whatever, you know. So either one of those work real good. And then we got on the spot catering or cooking. Like we've gone to people's houses on the river who had parties, and we bring the equipment to fry the fish on the spot for them and stuff like that.
Wow.
And so we call that a form of catering as well. And grilling, where I have to cater a big family reunion, I'll bring the big grill. The big grill is the grill that pulls behind the truck, where we do the ribs on the spot, the hot dogs, the burgers. You know, I've had reunions where I've got 350 people to feed, and so we bring the cooking to the spot. And then this doesn't have any so much to do with catering as it does. Let me go back to what I wanted to say about the cater. When I say we do small groups, and you know, as small as 30 to 50, and then as large as I told you earlier, I have a large group of 700 people that I've been feeding for 2-3 years, and this year will be 4 years
Wow.
that I feed them.
Can I be 701?
And I've tried to tell them, don't y'all need to find somebody? And they said no, so I've stopped arguing with them about it. We got, you know, as I was saying, about the banquet meals that we serve for catering. We got Sunday school classes and church groups that come. Sometimes they come on little buses or whatever. And then I've had school faculty and employment breakfasts that they serve for whatever special reason. I've done those. We do birthday dinners. I'm not so much of a party person, but we do them if we have to. And we do weddings, banquets, and school and class reunions, family reunions, and even funeral repasts. We've done a lot of that. And if I may do a little name drop in here, the Coach Mel Moore we did that repast in Dozier, and that was quite an ordeal. And so we get a chance to do quite a few things. People are starting to depend on us more and more. Even the little things like the wife didn't get the husband's meal cooked that day, and she runs and get him a meal, and then we take care of our elderly people in our town. We'll deliver their meal to them because they all can't get out to the center or whatever. So we got about 3 or 4 little ladies that Charles get out and take meals to them. You know.
I got to ask you, there's a little old lady, white lady, that comes in when we're up there once in a while, and she's very old, and she's such a sweet lady. Do you know who I'm talking about?
She's Miss, yes, Sarah. She's Miss Sarah.
Miss Sarah.
I can't take her
Such a sweet lady.
She is.
She loves your food.
No, she does. She's not eating at the center. She drives over there. She's like 96 now.
Is that right?
Spins out of the parking lot like a teenager.
And boy, I was picking on you one day about, I can't remember what it was, about something about the food. She says, Sonny, you better sit down and enjoy what you got because it's the best you'll ever have. And I looked at her, I said, yes, ma'am.
She does. She appreciates the meal. I'm just amazed at her age that she has a
She's
great
crisp.
appetite to eat. She's very sharp.
Yeah.
She's my sweetheart. I mean, we go in and love on them. That's what the older people like about it, because we're going to love on them and, pet them up. And we have another one, Ray Kroll. Ray Kroll is 96 or 97.
Wow.
And he drives occasionally, and so we fuss at him, what are you doing up here by yourself? And But he's not feeling so good these days, and we're a little concerned about him at this time. But he's my other sweetheart, and I've had several more of them, and we pay special attention to them and give them extra care, and they're our hearts.
What are your days of operation and your hours?
We are open Wednesday through Sunday. We're closed Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're open from 5:30 in the morning to 3 o'clock in the evening. But Friday night is our only night open, and that's where we do our fish and shrimp. And that is like from 5 to 8, or whenever the customers say we can go home.
I got you.
And then we have our Sunday buffet. And that is
good.
from 11 to 3, or like I say, until our customers say we can go home. As long as they come, and we'll feed them, And people have learned, the church groups that get out a little later, they give us a call and say, we're running a little late, and we'll hold back for them, we'll wait for them, and fry some more fresh chicken for them, And so we're flexible. We will just do whatever it takes to get you fed.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, the neat thing about it is, you heard her just say they'll cook more food.
Yeah.
They continually keep it fresh
yeah.
on the buffet line, and it's not a public access buffet line. And I like that. Okay, in other words, you don't have the kids reaching in and anybody reaching in and getting it.
Yeah.
You personally serve each and every plate.
We do. And I don't think we cut
No
anybody
cafeteria
short.
style.
Yeah, and we don't cut you short.
Oh no.
People fuss because we give them too much. Well, no, stop, put that's enough.
That's enough. And no, you throw it on there, Eddie, you're losing weight. Get some more. Here, have some fried chicken. Yeah, I
Well,
know.
we want you to have your money's worth.
What'd Teresa pay you to knock me off?
Hey, that 50 cents you gave me go a long way,
Well, we are so pleased to have you come on and share with us.
I'm
And
privileged.
we'd love to have you come back anytime.
Yes.
And folks, Amazing Grace in Dozier, just across the county line, just as you're getting into the city of Dozier before you get to the flashing light. You can't miss it. It's the blue building on the left-hand side. If you see anything else that's there, you'll see the blue building.
Don't forget the fried pies and the tea cakes.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
We have homemade fried pies and homemade buttery tea cakes, and those are big sellers right there. They're big sellers.
And I bet you your peach cobbler doesn't go too far, does it?
They gotta have that. They're spoiled.
Yeah, and the banana pudding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go, folks. See, guess where I'm headed to lunch today? What are we having for lunch today?
We're closed today. It's Tuesday.
Oh, you're closed today. I can't go today. Golly, I'll have to stop at the convenience store there and get me a candy bar and a bag of chips. Ay.
Any excuse to do, right, Teresa?
I would have been there today. See, so there you go. So Wednesday through Sunday.
Yes.
And you'll be blessed. You'll be amazed at the grace that you'll have at that dinner table when you sit down and eat. Great family, folks. We love them so hard because they do the exact same thing we do, husband and wife team working together, and have done it for a number of years. And it takes a special team to do that. And I've been blessed for 38 years, and Charles is obviously been blessed with you for a couple of years. And I'm holding you up there, Brother Charles, but he's a good man. And we thank you for coming on and sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
God bless you. Folks, Amazing Grace in Dozier, Alabama. Can't miss it, the big blue building on the left-hand side. Go get your taste buds satisfied and your belly filled up, because I guarantee you won't go from there hungry.
If you're a country lover of food, we're the ones to come to.
Home-cooked food.
Home-cooked food.
Home style.
Home style.
Yeah, real home style. We're talking about she oversees everything going on up there.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Remember, folks, keep it real. Keep God in it. We love y'all. God bless you. This is Good News, Covington County, and today, Crenshaw County, Dozier, Alabama. We love the folks up there as well. They watch us up there on Channel 15 on Clearview Cable. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Or wait, no, I'll see you today at noon.